And then it wasn't until high school that I wanted to become a psychologist because I wanted to study human behavior because I was very curious to know, why do people do what they do? Um, I first became a parent in 2012. My daughter is now 10 years old. And it was very important for me to be able to have my daughter, or at the time, just my daughter, connect to her culture. So I really believe in teaching children to not only appreciate, communicate, and interact with people across different cultures and in other countries, but also provide them with a stronger sense of cultural identity in an effort to preserve their own culture. So in order for children to be comfortable with the world, they must first feel comfortable at home and have a solid foundation from which to explore that world. And so that is why I wrote my first book in 2015, which is called Little Yellow Jeepney. And so a jeepney is a form of transportation in the Philippines. And so this particular jeepney goes through lots of different historical sites in Manila. And so couple years later, I wanted to be able to teach my children the language, but I wasn't able to find very many resources to do that. And as you see here, we are living at a point in human history where within 2 generations, most languages are lost. And language is so important in the expression of culture, because we are able to communicate our values, beliefs, and customs. And it's such an important social function and fosters feelings of group identity and solidarity. It is a means by which culture and its traditions are shared, and shared values may be conveyed and preserved. And so because I was not able to find resources, I decided to create them myself. So it's not uncommon it's not common for me to meet a first generation person like myself who can speak, let alone understand the language. And so in 2018, with the amazing and talented illustrator who happens to also be my first cousin, we started the language series to teach children and even adults just basic Filipino words. So tonight I'll be reading Oh My Kulay. I had written a book about shapes and numbers, which is isa, dalawa, tatlo, ito ay obolo. And then abacada. Abacada is based on the original Filipino alphabet. And so this actually has 20 letters, and we introduce the letters with animals. And then I also wrote about the Balikbayan box, Journey to the Philippines. So the Balikbayan box is this huge box that many people who are called Balikbayans, so that actually translates to returning home. And home is the Philippines, where they place lots of what they call pasalubong, which is gifts to bring back home to their families. And this is basically about that journey. And throughout this book, it teaches prepositions. And so it just repeats that throughout the book. And then these are the next 3 books as part of the series. So Pamilya Ko, which teaches family in Filipino. So different titles like mom, dad, uncle, auntie, sister, brother. Well, technically there is no sister or brother, it's just one. So that would be kapatid, so sibling. And then ay bahay, which is about household items in in Filipino. So bahay in Tagalog means house. I've also written the bitter melon, which is ampalaya in Tagalog, and it's about this melon who is bitter and wants to become better. And then my most recent book that was just released, at least the digital version was released on Valentine's Day, and it's Damdaman. And this was actually inspired by a plant that is often seen in the Philippines. And when you touch it, its leaves close up. So that's how it was named. They call it makahiya, and hiya in Tagalog means shy. So it was the shy guy, like the shy plant. And so that's how I was inspired to then create this book, and it's about emotions, and we teach the different emotions in Filipino. And so that is all about the language series. And so now I'm really excited to share with you Oh My Kulay. So here we are, Oh My Kulay, colors, fruits, and vegetables in Filipino. I just need to do that. So, mabuhay ng makulay. So this means live colorfully. And I dedicated this book to my second child. Oh My Kulay, colors, fruits, and veggies in Filipino. All right. As I was saying, mabuhay ng makulay, live colorfully. And again, this was dedicated to my second child. So the first color is pula, red. Can everyone say pula?
Pula.
Very good. And so now we're going to look at the different fruits that are pula. So pakwan, watermelon. So here's a phrase that I want to teach you. It is, what color is this? So in Tagalog, it would be, ano ang kulay nito? Okay. And then the next phrase I want to teach you is, which fruit would you like to eat? Anong prutas ang gusto mong kainin? Okay. So pakwan is for watermelon, fresha for strawberry, cherry for cherry. It's just spelled differently, isn't it? Of course, you might add a little Filipino accent to that to actually. Then we have, anong kulay nito? Rosa for pink. Very good. Can you say rosa?
Rosa.
Rosa. Galing. And so these are the different vegetables or fruits that are rosa. So bayabas is guava, kahil, grapefruit, which is also suha. Grapefruit can also be referred to as suha.
Yeah, I call it su.
And then dragon frutan, dragon fruit. How many of you guys have had any of these fruits? Yeah? Which one's your favorite? Dragon frutan. Yum. I like that too. Ano ang kulay nito? Kahel. So orange. Kahel. Very good. Oh, I went too fast. Hold on.
I didn't know kahel is.
And why won't it go back? There it is. So, kahel, which is actually the word for the fruit orange. And it can also be referred to as dalandan. Then we have the fruit papaya, which is also papaya. Carrot for carrots. So, and manga for mango. And so carrot would be considered a gulay, which is vegetable. Okay, and then again, frutas for fruit. Ano ang kulay nito? Dilaw. Can everyone say dilaw? Dilaw.
Dilaw.
Very good. So this is yellow. Okay. And these, so we have limon for lemon, saging for banana. And I think Finn and Kai, I think you guys had saging, or someone did. Your father did. And then we have piña for pineapple. Oh, where did that come from? So, anong kulay nito? Verde.
Verde.
Verde. Yes.
Verde.
So, verde is also the way you would say it in Spanish. Okay. Another word to say green in Tagalog is lumpian.
Lumpia.
Yeah.
No, not lumpia. Lumpia.
Oh, yeah, the Spanish one. I knew that one.
So we have manzanas for apple, mga ubas for grapes, and pepino for cucumber.
Your favorite.
Okay. Which one is the gulay? Do you guys remember what gulay is? That means vegetable. So out of this page, which one is the gulay?
Oh,
Apple.
no,
Apple.
that's a
Apple. Pepino.
Pino.
Pepino, very good. Magaling. Magaling means great job. Excellent. Now we have azul.
Azul.
Azul for the color blue, which is also, I believe, the way you say it in Spanish as well. So another Tagalog word for blue would be bughaw.
Wow.
Bughaw, yes. And there's only one thing that I can think of that is actually blue, which is dun dun dun, a blueberry. So the reason why this is in English is because this fruit doesn't actually, it's not popular in the Philippines. This is more native to the United States. And so things that are in English pretty much stay in English, but they're spelled differently. But in this case, this stayed in English. So blueberry. Do you guys know of any other fruits or vegetables that are blue? Yeah, I couldn't think of any either.
Duhat.
Next is lila.
Lila.
Anong ang kulay nito? Purple. So this is lila.
Lila.
And so gulay, vegetable, is talong for eggplant. Then we have igos for figs. And we have ceruelas for plums.
Ceruelas.
I know.
Ceruelas.
It's fun to say ceruelas, isn't it? Ceruelas. Now, this is, ano ang kulay nito? Kayumangi. It's very long, isn't it? Kayumangi. 4 syllables. Kayumangi. Yeah. It's brown. And so here are some vegetables and one fruit that are the color kayumangi. We have kiwi. You know, it's brown on the outside, but it's verde sa loob on the inside. And then we have kabuti, which is mushrooms. And then patatas. Patatas. Yes. Who likes patatas? Yes. In all shapes and forms, right? And then, ano ang kulay nito? Itim.
Itim.
Very good.
Itim.
And that is the color black. Itim. And then we have oliva for olives and blackberry for blackberry. Okay. Ano ang kulay nito? Puti.
Puti.
Puti. And puti means white. So we have lichias, which are lychee. Niyog for
Niyog.
coconut. Sibuyas for onion. Yes. Can you think of anything else that is puti, that is a fruit or vegetable?
That's really white, right?
I thought of one just recently.
Cubano.
Giovanno. On the inside, right? The meat.
The inside, yeah. Yeah. There's also, I was thinking bawang, but that's considered a vegetable, right? Garlic, bawang. Yeah.
How about jicama?
Radish.
Jicama, radish. Wow, you guys are really good. All right. Okay. So on the back of every book, I have an activity to help reinforce the different things that you learn throughout the book. And so this one is an I Spy Kulay. And so you would have to then look for it on the next page. So I spy with my little eye manzanas. So you are able to purchase my books directly through my website. I am in a few bookstores, mostly independent bookstores. So there's a bookstore in San Diego. I have one in San Pedro. You can find my books in San Pedro at the Filipino Expressions Bookshop. Also in Long Beach at Leanna Lynn's Wonderland. Also at Long Beach called Sweet Threads, a store called Sweet Threads. So if you go to my website, it'll have a list of all the different locations, but also you can directly order through my website. Great. Mexipino. Wonderful. Yes, a lot of the languages, you know, because the Spaniards had colonized the Philippines for over 300 plus years, a lot of the language is very, a lot of the words are similar. They call them cognates. So in my avocado book, especially, like a lot of the animals are the same in Spanish as they are in English. Or I mean, Tagalog, sorry. Thank you so much, Patty, for joining us.